Earth in 2050 had changed drastically as it had developed to its peak. Humans were enjoying the life they had never before. But one day a black hole appeared and changed it all. People couldn't understand what it was. Some thought it was a magic performance, while some thought it was a 3D product. But as the black hole expanded, and some things started to appear out of it, that was the moment people realized it was not what they thought. The things that came out of the hole started killing and destroying everything in their path. It was chaos. On the other side of the black hole was a world from where these beings came from. Using the black hole, they narrowed thousands of years of light to get here and take over Earth. Based on the current weapons of humans, they were unable to defeat them. The Earth was losing. China became the initiator. Their heroes and anonymous magicians showed up, bringing a light hope for humanity. Thanks to the sacrifice of many people, the alien army retreated back to the black hole. Humans gained a short time of peace. Magic became a subject pursued by everyone. It was called the Revolution of Magic. A new era of witchcraft and magic began. Time passed. 50 years later. 3 men stood in front of an unconscious boy. One of them was a bit worried and asked, "Why doesn't he move?" Another man laughed and said, "Maybe he's dead." But the one who had an iron rod on his back said, "Did he die because they beat him that much?" The man poked the unconscious boy to see if he was alive. But at this moment the boy grabbed the man's hand and instantly got up. The man became scared and crawled back. But seeing that the boy was alive made them sigh in relief. As the boy stood, the man shouted, "Tang Ming, give me all your money, otherwise we'll beat you once again." Seeing the cold eyes of the boy, the blond man couldn't control his anger and directly attacked him. The boy dodged the attack and turned his body in the air and gave a 360-degree kick on the blond man's face, making him fly towards his other gang members. Seeing this, they were shocked, but instantly took out weapons to attack. Now they didn't care if the boy lived or died. The boy caught the knife coming towards his face and gave a punch to the man. The man's nose broke and he fell down. But the boy didn't stop as he elbowed the other man on the chest. The most astonishing thing was that he was doing all this while keeping an indifferent expression and emotionless eyes. The boy walked towards the man with the broken nose and asked him calmly, "What date is it today?" The man responded in a casual way, "Tang Ming, are you dumb?" But he couldn't complete the sentence as the boy's cold gaze sent a chill down his spine. He trembled and said with a flustered voice, "It's April 9, 2100. The boy then thought, in the year 2100 he was a high school student. It could only mean that he had resurrected. In the year 2120, aliens would attack again, and this would be the last war for humanity. The boy Tang Ming sighed. He still couldn't believe that the aliens studied their magic and conquered the same battle. He remembered the incident right before his death. The alien commander said, "Your science is undeveloped and your magic is no better, but we have recreated it and made it more powerful. Whatever method you use to fight back, you will lose." The alien commander then launched a powerful magic ray, ending his life. Back to the present. Tang Ming stood there without moving. The red-haired man was flustered and asked what was wrong. Tang Ming said in a cold tone, "Stay away from me, and don't you dare wander around the schoolyard." The 3 got so scared that they quickly ran away. The boy suddenly said, "Wait, don't you need to return something to me?" The 3 men came back and handed him the money they stole from him. Tang Ming put the money in his pocket and started recalling his past. He was an orphan. He spent years mastering the highest level of magic art and became one of the pillars of humanity. Yet he didn't expect to be defeated by the aliens. As he was walking inside the school building, he realized how much he missed the school. He looked at the kids playing and having a happy time, unaware of the danger looming across the planet. He stopped in front of his dormitory and clenched his fists. God gave him a second chance, and this time he would destroy all the aliens. The next morning. It was 6:20 am and Tang Ming sat in a meditative position and was gathering mana all around his body. He slowly opened his eyes. Finally, after all night of hard work, he had mastered all the moves of a level 3 magician. It's lucky that he could still remember his former life. If all was good, then he could reach level 1 magician pretty soon. However, above level 1, there were 9 more levels to conquer, and then he would have to win all the battles in the future. Starting from the Great Battle, Royal Battle, King Battle, Heaven Battle, and finally the Saint Battle. Although he could progress more quickly than in his former life, the last Saint Battle was extremely challenging. The only way was to master that martial art. In another part of the school, a pink-haired girl was passing through. Students all around her whispered among themselves, "This is Wang Jingjing. She is so pretty. No wonder she was crowned as the homecoming queen. Not only is she beautiful, but she is also a gifted magician of the Wang family." She reached the first level in grade 12 only. As the girl Wang Jingjing passed by, a boy was observing her. He was Tang Ming, he thought. She was someone I couldn't reach. But in this life, in order to master that martial art move, I would need her help. Time passed. Soon it was night. Tang Ming hid behind a tree and recalled the incident that would occur. On April 10, 2100, a prisoner from another province broke out. He met Wang Jingjing when she was practicing her magic at night. Wang Jingjing defeated the prisoner thanks to her mastery of magic art. However, she was severely wounded. It took her half a month to recover. That event appeared on the news. It should happen any time from now. At this moment, the boy heard a shout, "Don't you dare try to escape." The pink-haired girl with a sword was chasing a man who appeared to be injured. While the man fled, he cursed his luck. He had heard that this city's magicians were easy to handle, so he escaped from the prison. But where did this young monster come from? The man shouted, "Girl, could you spare me this time? I will definitely repay back this favor." The girl charged towards him and replied coldly, "Dream on. Although you are a magician, your skills are lacking. Just surrender to me, and I'll bring you back to the magician court." The man stopped and shouted with rage, "Girl, you made me angry. Now you would repent for it." His aura transformed into a tiger as he attacked her. The girl gracefully dodged the attack. Tang Ming, who was watching all this hidden behind a tree, thought, this tiger's move was a powerful move. If a normal passerby were to be attacked, their body would be cut in two. The girl then attacked the man with her sword, which he blocked it with his hand. The boy thought this prisoner was also at first level, but instead of magic, he focused more on external power, training his boy into becoming an indestructible titan. That was the reason why his hands remained intact, even after being attacked by a sword. The prisoner smirked and praised the girl for being so powerful at such age. Then his smile immediately became ferocious as he said, "Now let me end this." The girl continued her sword attacks, but it was all in vain. Tang Ming watched this battle and thought, there are 4 famous martial arts sects on this planet, and among them the Wang family is one of them. They master the earth element in martial art. Their skills are suitable for women. Yet Wang Jingjing's inner power was not summoned, which could only mean she couldn't use it at this moment. The prisoner could definitely handle her moves. The man laughed as he blocked all her attacks. He caught the sword with one of his hands, and from the other hand caught the girl's waist. He smirked in a perverted way, seeing her body. At this moment, a huge rock flew towards the man's head. He turned around and caught the rock and broke it into pieces. He had realized that someone had sneaked onto him. He sent a punch towards the boy, but the boy blocked it. As the boy landed back, he started his act. He said, "You must be Wang Jingjing. I am a student in your school. I heard a strange noise when I was practicing my magic and came here." The boy sighed in his mind, because if he were a step late, the girl would have forcefully used her Wang family technique and defeated the prisoner, also resulting in her being severely injured from the backlash. The girl wiped the blood from her lips and said calmly, "Don't worry, just run. I can handle him." The boy sighed and said, "Don't worry, we could do this together." The girl refused and said that he was just an ordinary student, and this could be too dangerous. The boy, in order to make his act even more real, said some cheesy lines. My sword is meant to fight evils. I can't leave you behind and run for my life. If I do that, how would I become a magician? The man became angry seeing both of them having a chat and charged towards them. The girl calmly said to the boy, You stood his attack for me. I will repay it. The boy replied with, Fine. He then blocked the punch of the man with his own. The man was shocked seeing this and asked him, which sect was he from? The boy smirked and said, I learned magic myself. Would you believe it if I said that? As the fight continued, the man realized that the boy in front of him might have a level lower than him and the girl, but his fighting techniques were more of a veteran. The boy even knew the tiger claw attack better than him. The man realized that he was going to be defeated soon as his energy was running down. In desperation, he asked the boy for an agreement. He said that the girl is beautiful. How about they stop fighting and enjoy her? But what he received was silence and a barrage of punches. At this moment, the man, sensing the change somewhere, looked towards the girl in horror, because he recognized the technique that the girl was going to use. The retreating sword, it could only mean that she was a member of the Wang family. He couldn't even complete his thoughts as the sword greeted his neck, and he fell down lifeless. The boy looked at the dead man and sighed. It was inevitable as he was fighting a Wang. The boy passed the girl with an indifferent expression. The girl thanked him and asked him his name. The boy replied, Tang Ming, and disappeared into the forest. He believed that he shouldn't be too friendly with her from the start. As she was from a high-class family, she might doubt his purpose for approaching her. He had to take it slow. The girl looked at the back of the man and thought, I had never heard of someone with lower stats defeating someone with 2 level higher stats. Just who is he? The next day, inside the classroom, everyone whispered the incident from yesterday's night. Did you know Wang Jingjing killed a level 1 magician last night? I heard it was such a big event. Even the Magician Council came, they said. Tang Ming was there. Maybe he was the victim. These types of discussions filled the classroom. Tang Ming sat there with an indifferent expression. At this moment, he heard the voice of a girl, Found you. This girl was Wang Jingjing. Along with her was a blue-haired boy. The girl suddenly spoke, I didn't expect you to be a grade 11 student, Tang Ming. This sudden change caused the students to be surprised, as they had never seen the school goddess to start up a conversation first with anyone. The blue-haired boy looked coldly towards Tang Ming. This boy was Jifen, a grade 12 student, and he also ranked second in the whole school. He also has a crush on Wang Jingjing. Tang Ming turned towards the girl and asked her what's wrong. The girl replied, I just wanted to thank you. I could have been killed if you weren't there. At this moment, the whole class was in an uproar. So it turned out Tang Ming saved her. Could he really be that good? The criminal was an experienced level 1 magician. Even some teachers were not as good as him. How could Tang Ming beat him? These types of conversation filled the classroom. The blue-haired boy Jifan's eyes burned with jealousy, and he with a fake smile said, You are younger than us. Thank you for being brave. He then leaned closer to Tang Ming and said loudly, Make sure you don't risk your life next time. It was lucky that Wang Jingjing was there to protect you. If you were to die, then the school's authority has to deal with your parents. At this moment, the students sighed. They had thought that Tang Ming really fought with the prisoner, but it was actually Wang Jingjing who protected him and fought with the prisoner. The blue-haired boy, seeing that his speech did the effect, once again spoke, Listen to me, don't wander at night. If you have any trouble, find me. Tang Ming brushed off his hand from his shoulder and calmly replied, Thanks, but I don't need your help. The blue-haired boy did a fake smile and said, Oh, you don't. But inside he was full of rage. He had never felt this humiliated before. No one had ever turned him down. The girl turned around to leave and softly spoke, If you need help, find me. I just wanted to say that. After the girl left, the blue-haired boy whispered in Tang Ming's ear, If you want to live, stay away from her. Tang Ming didn't reply but remained impassive. The next day, it was the midterm magician test. On a ground surrounded by people, the teacher called Tang Ming's name. Tang Ming went onto the stage. He then summoned his inner power. Seeing this, the students were surprised and spoke, "He isn't even an official magician." Yet his inner power was summoned so easily. A primary magician can't be this good. Is he gifted? If that is true, then he must have saved Wang Jingjing last time. The girl Wang Jing was also there and watched this. She thought he was hiding his true power. The blue-haired man, seeing Wang Jingjing watching Tang Ming so curiously, got frustrated and called his minion. He then ordered him to teach Tang Ming a lesson. The underling smiled sinisterly and accepted the command. As Tang Ming was leaving the testing ground, a provoking voice resounded. "His high level doesn't mean he is strong. Do you want to compete against me? 1-to-1? A boy stepped up on the testing platform and walked towards Tang Ming. He was the underling sent by the blue-haired boy. He continued, "Of course, it was you who volunteered for it. I didn't ask you to. Now do you want to forfeit?" The teacher shouted. Guozhang stepped back. Tang Ming stopped and turned around. He told the teacher to calm down, and he accepted the challenge. The teacher was a bit hesitant and said, "Tang Ming, he is a lot stronger than you, and he is even a senior. If things get troublesome, I will stop the fight." Tang Ming nodded, and then turned towards the boy and asked him to start. The boy didn't wait for any formalities and threw a punch at him. The teacher, seeing this, got worried and spoke. Guozhang had been in grade 12 for 2 years. His power was unpredictable. Even normal teachers couldn't defeat him. Would Tang Ming survive? The girl sighed and said, "Don't worry, miss. Guozhang is way weaker than Tang Ming." On the platform, Tang Ming dodged all the attacks calmly and praised the boy for his speed. But to the boy, these were all sarcastic comments as his attacks failed to land on Tang Ming. Tang Ming shouted, "Use your whole body. Summon your inner power. Be flexible. Didn't your teacher teach you about these basic rules?" The boy couldn't take it anymore and finally thought of ending this facade. He charged up his power to maximum. The teacher got worried seeing this. She shouted. Guozhang had reached his peak power. It is powerful enough to get a certified magician tag. He finally sent his attack Raging Bull towards Tang Ming. Tang Ming dodged the Charging Bull, which was created with internal energy, and directly sent a kick on the boy's back, making the bull disappear, and the boy unconscious. Tang Ming smiled and said, "Take some rest for today." Everyone was shocked seeing this. They never would have thought that Tang Ming, who was just a nobody, could defeat a senior who was much stronger than him. They were full of praises for him. Among the crowd, the blue-haired boy looked at the stage with emotionless eyes. At this moment, Tang Ming spoke to the blue-haired boy. "How about letting me fight with you to show the students what a real magician fight looks like?" The blue-haired boy smirked and said, "Fine, if you are interested." Inside, he was very happy. At first, he was shocked to see his underling being defeated. He was thinking of other ways to teach Tang Ming a lesson, but the opportunity presented itself to him sooner than he thought. The blue-haired boy got into a fighting position. His eyes were burning with arrogance. He then said, "Mystic art has no eyes, so if you get hurt during the session, don't blame me." Inside, he was thinking that he would break all of the limbs of Tang Ming. The teacher then mumbled, "This is a special attacking skill of Zhejiang's family, and its power could be used to accelerate the heart rate, which forces the blood pressure to increase. Therefore, physical strength would be enhanced." This was the first time she was seeing this skill used in battle. The pink-haired girl was thinking, all skills learnt at school were only basic. Having to face this skill of Zhejiang, it might be a bit overwhelming for Tang Ming. Also, Tang Ming's strength has been declined after 2 battles straight. Even if he loses this match, it was understandable. On the stage, the battle had already started, and the blue-haired boy Zhejiang started with a barrage of attacks on Tang Ming. The blue-haired boy smirked and said, "Tang Ming, watch your behaviors from now on. Don't think that just because you have qualified as a magician, you can start acting arrogant. Now don't blame me for being ruthless. You brought it on yourself after offending me." The blue-haired boy had a poisonous mind and thought, "After this fight is over, I would cripple you for life." My father held the highest number of shares in the medical equipment business, and he could easily buy all the higher-ups. so making your life hell would be as easy as crushing a nut. The attack landed, but was blocked by Tang Ming. He then calmly said to the blue-haired boy, "Isn't your dad named Jai Hai, a second-grade magician whose strong point is bare-handed martial art?" The boy smirked and replied, "That's right. If you already knew him, then what are you waiting for? Are you waiting for me to completely destroy you?" Tang Ming's eyes became cold, as he remembered that dark past. After the second invasion, the main cause of the frontline's destruction was a magician named Jai Hai. He surrendered to the aliens and revealed all the important information about Earth. Now, he was sure that Ji Zhang's father was the Earth's betrayer. Now, playing time was over. After confirming his assumptions, he was ready to finish this battle. Tang Ming said in a cold voice, "I may not have enough proper training lesson, but could still defeat you easily." The blue-haired boy jumped into the air to attack and laughed. "You are so confident. I'll remove that smirk of your face after I break all your bones." But the attack never landed as Tang Ming kicked him using his knee, making the boy scream in pain. Tang Ming then says, "Enhancing physical strength, controlling power couldn't be used randomly. You must be full confident or else your opponent would see through your weakness." The boy got up in anger to attack once more, but Tang Ming grabbed his hand, and then it started. A barrage of punches landed on the blue-haired boy, then finally a kick, which sent him flying out of the stage. The boy's underlings gathered to support him as he was injured. Tang Ming looked coldly at him and said, "You are too weak for me to have any interest in you." The blue-haired boy just gritted his teeth and was about to curse when the teacher came and asked him to go to the infirmary for healing. As Jai Zhang was leaving, Tang Ming looked at his receding back and thought, "The more you train yourself, the higher the chance for the hidden danger inside your body to likely activate. At last your entire body would get impacted from the backfire, and eventually you'll lose all ability to practice any martial art. I accidentally encountered this group of skills in my previous life. These skills left no trace at all. Even the best doctors and magicians couldn't figure out the cause of this sickness. I applied this skill while beating you, Jai Zhang. If you truly become a magician, you will only be a threat for others, just like your father. So it is better for you to live a normal life." The instructor came on the stage and announced, "The practice test is now over. Next would be the theory test. Everyone should now go back to their test room." The teacher before leaving asked Tang Ming to meet the principal tomorrow, as he had now become qualified to get a magician's certificate. As Tang Ming was leaving, the pink-haired girl said calmly, "Ji Zhang is a dangerous guy. You shouldn't let down your guard. Find me if necessary." Tang Ming left with a single sentence, "Thanks, but I can take care of it myself." Time passed and soon it was afternoon. The classes got over and everyone was heading home. The pink-haired girl Wang Jingjing was also leaving, when all of a sudden a cleaner attacked her. She resisted the attack using her bag and then kicked him. At this moment another assassin disguised as a worker appeared. The assassin slashed towards her, but she swiftly dodged it. She then elbowed him on his back, making him unconscious. But more and more assassins kept appearing. All the students who were her fans shouted that they were coming to help, but no one dared to approach the assassins. The girl's face was cold as she was having trouble dealing with the assassins because she didn't have her weapon, as weapons were not allowed in the school premises. She ordered a boy nearby to go get a wooden sword from the practice room and informed the teachers. As the boy ran to bring the sword, Tang Ming jumped from the crowd towards the assassins, taking them with surprise. He remembered that in the previous life, Ji Zhang helped her here, but she didn't even look at him as she was aware about his true nature. But if he helped, then it was a different story. All the necessary resources he needed in the future would be taken care of. Tang Ming stopped the blade coming towards the girl, taking the girl by surprise. He then said, "I will deal with this one." The girl then said, "Be careful, they are even stronger than the previous criminal we fought." Tang Ming blocked the knife coming towards him with his hand using a skill called handlock. The surrounding students were surprised as this was the skill that was taught in a class. They had never imagined this basic skill to be this useful. As the saying goes, No skill is powerful or weak, it all depends on who the user is. Tang Ming thought to quickly finish this one and go help the girl Wang Jingjing, but at this moment the assassin snakingly threw a knife towards Tang Ming. On the other side, Wang Jingjing was skillfully dodging the attacks on her, but her eyes were cold. She thought that this one assassin hadn't spoken anything. Either his tongue was cut off, or he might be one of those hired by the big families. As this assassin aimed the knife towards her, another knife came and attacked him. At this moment Tang Ming arrived in front of the girl and said calmly, "You don't have any weapon, leave him to me." The girl Wang Jingjing was surprised because Tang Ming had finished off the other one so fast. The attacks continued and Tang Ming skillfully dodged all of those. As the girl kept observing the fight, she realized that just a few days had passed, but Tang Ming's abilities had improved a lot. Was he a hidden genius? Also, the assassinator was calm, even though all of his attacks were being evaded. This might only be possible if the assassin was trained by big families. At this moment there was a sudden change in the battle, as Tang Ming did a palm attack on the assassin's chest, making him cough blood. The assassin couldn't handle the attack and directly fell. Even Tang Ming himself was shocked. It had been just a few days, and now he was much stronger than he thought. Just a simple attack from him made the assassin injured. He might not even survive for more than 5 minutes. The girl Wang Jingjing was thankful in her heart. As Tang Ming had saved her not once but twice, she crouched near the assassin and found a mark on his neck. As Tang Ming saw it, he instantly realized who they were. This mark was of the famous Mu Rong family. They were one of the 30 true martial arts family. But was this really them, or is someone trying to frame them? Even though the Wang family and Mu Rong family were enemies, they would never be so brazen to ignore laws and directly attack. The girl Wang Jingjing got up and said in a serious tone, "This is the second time you have saved me. I am a clear-cut person. If someone helps me, I help them back. So if you need anything, just say it and I'll help. Also, you don't have to worry about this, as I'll report it to the Magic Union, and you or any other students won't be involved." Tang Ming immediately realized that she recognized that symbol, but was afraid to say it out loud, as this might implicate him. Knowing that, Tang Ming asked her to come somewhere else, as this place was inconvenient. After a while, they both come to a secluded place. Tang Ming then asks her if she could give him the alien stone, at a medical bunker, which could restrain the spiritual energy of the forbidden stone. Wang Jingjing went into thought and said, "A medical bunker was easy. Anyone who had money could access it. However, alien stone and forbidden stone are illegal ingredients in China." She then sighed and said, "I'll help you, but you will have to tell me your method." The boy calmly replied, "My refining method is special. I borrow spiritual energy and alien stone to adjust the cells in my body. Then I let the inner force of my being nourish them, hence, my cells sublimate, and my ability is enhanced. However, I am not a magician yet, so my inner force is limited. Therefore, I need to borrow the medical bunker to heal damaged cells during the process. The features of the forbidden stone represses the speed of spiritual energy, which also slows down the degeneration of cells. This helps me avoid unwanted problems." The girl, hearing that, said, "There have been many others before you mentioned about this method, but there is no factual notes. Are you sure this would work? You must keep in mind that it is extremely dangerous. Doing it wrongly would not only damage you badly, but it might also cost you your life." Tang Ming sighed and said, "Definitely, I have my reasons, so you don't have to worry. I only need someone to protect me during it from outside threats." The girl then replied, "Then let me handle that." After a while, inside a hospital of the Wang family. As Wang Jingjing walked in front, she explained that this medical bunker was too big to transport, so she brought him here. Time passed. Inside a chamber was a boy who sat in meditative position, and around him was internal energy. He was none other than Tang Ming. He was thinking something. The hypothesis of mastering magic is like this. First, break the limit of your body. Use your resources. Training is just the cover of the book. The core is to release energy and prolong life. Yet this secret magic contradicts with the hypothesis. It teaches me to use available resources and the energy of each cells to nurture and enhance each cell. If I continuously magnify the available resources, my journey of mastering magic would be endangered. Wang Jingjing was outside the chamber observing him. At this moment, a huge alarm rang. This came from the chamber where Tang Ming was currently in. Wang Jingjing hurriedly saw the controls and got scared seeing that the heart rate had stopped, the body's temperature was rapidly dropping, and all signs of life were extinguished. For the first time did her cold face change into that of sadness and pain. Her beautiful eyes were filled with droplets of water called tears. She was flustered, scared, and even shocked. Maybe she was experiencing the loss of losing someone precious. The stern and rational-looking girl had disappeared, and what was left was her flustered and confused self. She thought, should she open the gate or should she call for help? But she couldn't do either of that. As she was about to take the most difficult decision of her life, the chamber cracked, and from within it emerged a tired boy. As Tang Ming was coming out of the chamber, he thought, the secret magic was dangerous. Luckily, I had found a way to fake death in my previous life, which was to stop the heart rate and minimize the activation of cells. Otherwise, I might have really died. At this moment, someone jumped into his embrace and hugged him tightly. She kept hugging him, and only after a while did she realize what she had done. She blushed and hurriedly stepped back. She, with a red face, asked, "Are you okay? Your heart stopped beating, so I thought you were." Tang Ming smiled seeing her like that and asked, "Are you worrying for me?" The girl hurriedly denies it and says that she was only surprised. Tang Ming then smiled and said, "Don't worry, I am fine. Even though the secret magic was too demanding on my body, I still managed it. Now I am a first-level magician like you." The girl with the shy look thought, each time he practices his level increases. He is too good. He would have died earlier. Even me, who had inherited inner energy, didn't dare to try. She then asked Tang Ming curiously, "Now that your talent is revealed, what are your plans for the future?" Tang Ming's expression became stern as he said, "You guess." That's all for this video. I wanted to ask you something. Could you guess the future plans of Tang Ming? Write in the comments.